listening to All Chiefs Talk, the best damn Kansas City Chiefs podcast in the kingdom.
Welcome back, Chiefs Kingdom. I'm Steve Williams. I'm here with Mike Williams, and we are all chiefed up. At this point, I would have traded Tyreek Hill for a bag of Doritos.
I'd trade Tyreek Hill for a night of diarrhea.
At this point, I would trade Tyreek Hill for Demarcus Robinson and a can of Beanie Weenies. I'd trade Tyreek Hill for that kid on the Little Giants that had to put the sticky stuff on his hands to catch the ball.
Hey, still better hands than Tyreek Hill.
Right.
I'd trade Tyreek Hill for a bottle of like that old cologne from like Avon. Remember that all of our grandparents had?
I would trade Tyreek Hill for the Old Spice cars.
Yeah.
Oh, was that Avon?
Yeah, they come in a little car and it smelled like Bigfoot's wiener.
Yeah, for sure. I would trade Tyreek Hill for a bottle of Head and Shoulders and a roll of toilet paper.
Kurt would too. He needs Jesus.
I would trade Tyreek Hill for a Salisbury steak TV dinner.
I'd trade Tyreek Hill for a 1984 Volkswagen Beetle.
I would trade Tyreek Hill for a 30-minute massage at the sketchiest Asian massage parlor in downtown Louisville. I'd trade Tyreek Hill for a case of genital herpes.
Dude, I'd trade Tyreek Hill for a kick in the penis.
I would trade Tyreek Hill for an old pair of Nikes that were just thrown over a power line and had probably been there since like 1994.
Tyreek Hill sucks.
I would trade Tyreek Hill for a pair of tidy whities with a little bit of a skid mark in them.
That's pretty bad.
Let's go ahead and get started on Tyreek Hill. He has put out what I'm assuming is going to be either a podcast or YouTube video, something to that nature, called It Needed to Be Said. And they've shown some clips of it where him and Drew Rosenthal were talking to
Rosenhaus.
Rosenhaus was talking to whoever was hosting it, talking a little bit about why Tyreek left Kansas City and all this stuff and on and on and on. But what really we want to talk about here is him and Drew both said that he really, really wanted to be in Kansas City, like absolutely 100% wanted to be in Kansas City. I can't even get past that. So what about you, Mike? Like, where are you sitting with them saying that he wanted to be in Kansas City? That was his priority.
I think it's a lie. I think it's been a lie. If you look at all the actions and the way he says it now, it's like we just wanted him to own the fact that he wanted to go back home to Miami and he wanted to take big money. He wanted number one receiver money. Just own it. He had his opportunity to own it. And what's he do? He still blames the Chiefs and he blames Brett Veach because he then went on to say the Chiefs were suppressing his stats in order to get a better, more favorable contract money offer. So, I mean, come on. This guy is doubling down on ignorance, and anybody in Chiefs Kingdom that wants to defend him anymore, that's on you. Like, you look like the idiot.
They will defend him to the death. It's crazy. Like, actually, someone commented on our last video. The video is called Kansas City Better Without Tyreek Hill. And someone actually was like, no, he's a god among men. And I was just like, are you all serious right now?
That has to be satire, right?
I hope. I don't think it was,
dude,
though.
At this point, okay, it's fine to be appreciative of what Tyreek done for us. He helped us win a championship. But at some point, you have to realize that Tyreek has always been in toxic relationships, and he's kind of carrying that over with Kansas City. He didn't get what he wanted out of us, so now it's gaslighting and making it look like we're the bad ones, and he's the good guy that wanted everything, but he just won't accept the fact that he wanted in Miami and he wanted money. Like, just say it.
Look, so if he wanted to be in Kansas City, Tyreek Hill would be in Kansas City, period. So that argument is just stupid. On top of that, they went even further, alluding to the fact that Kansas City was not using him correctly and trying to suppress his stats to, get a lower contract and all this stuff. Like, that's just absurd. The guy had 150 targets last season. The only thing that suppressed his stats was him not being able to catch it wide open passes, and the fact that even though he's the fastest man in the world, quote unquote, he can't beat a deep safety. That's what suppressed his stats. Other than that, I don't even know where he's going with this. I think there might have been some truth to the fact that there was a little bit of beef between him and Eric Bieniemy, especially after that last play in the first half of the AFC Championship game. I think there's some truth to that now that I'm starting to hear more things about Eric Bieniemy, like from Shady McCoy came out talking about how he didn't like how he talked to people and how he talked to him. And I
Did
mean,
we bring back Bieniemy after Tyreek got traded or before Tyreek got traded? Do you remember the timeline of things?
I don't, but I do want to say it's after, and I'm still not a big fan of bringing Bieniemy back because where there's smoke, there's fire. There's not going to be so many people talking about this guy, and there's not going to be all these teams passing on him for head coaching jobs and things like that if there's not some truth to what is being told. Like, obviously, the guy has some sort of a complex. He talks bad to people. I don't know if he thinks if he's a know-it-all. I don't know what the deal is there, but there's something going on that caused, people like Shady McCoy to come out on a podcast and say, "Man, I had to get out of there, away from that guy. He's crazy."
I get from Bieniemy, I get vibes of he knows what he wants and he's very confident in like what he says, and he thinks that's the way that you have to do it to win. Like
Yeah.
I think it all comes from a place of just wanting to win, but I think he's very stubborn in his ways. Like that's how I see him, and I think he's kind of arrogant, and sometimes that rubs people the wrong way and comes off wrong. And you know, that's why people aren't giving him a chance when it's coming to, the meat and potatoes of it. He's not getting his opportunities because I think he rubs people the wrong way with his arrogance, I guess.
Yeah, well, I mean, you said it great. I don't think Bieniemy's a bad guy by any means or anything like that, but I think he's very stubborn, and I think he thinks it's his way or the highway, and that's just how it's going to be. I mean, a lot of the players will defend Eric Bieniemy. They all talk about how he's a great coach and this and that. And Mahomes, Kelsey, Tyreek Hill's even done it. But at the same time, I know that, Patrick Mahomes was super excited to see Matt Nagy back in the mix. He loves Matt Nagy. And I wonder if if that has something to do with it. Like, hey, we got Matt Nagy back in here. Now maybe he can transition back into OC. I don't know if that's just me speculating, but I do think, like I said, where there's smoke, there's fire. I think there's got to be something to that. And I think that maybe that could be something to do with Tyreek Hill wanting to get out of KC, or maybe even throwing blame on suppressing his stats and all this stuff. But I mean, the whole thing is just absurd. Tyreek Hill, he just loves attention. He's soaking up all this offseason attention he's getting. And I think he's pushing it even further right now here at the last minute because he realizes, he chose to go to Miami and take some money. So his 15 minutes of fame may be like going down now because he's not going to produce at Miami the way he produced in Kansas City. They're not going to win the way that Kansas City wins. So, I mean, he's put himself in a predicament. So I think he's trying to really juice it, man.
Dude, you know what? This is the last thing I'm going to say about Tyreek Hill. I'm so tired of talking about Tyreek Hill. Like, this
Yeah.
dude is gone. He don't want to be here. I firmly believe he didn't want to be here. So deuces in the form of Tyreek Hill. But this is the last thing I'll say. Tyreek Hill coming at KC the way he is now and trying to make it look like it's all Kansas City, all Brett Veach. That is a shady move of somebody that I don't even want on my team anymore. What's next? Is he going to come after the fans and try to dog on us next? Is that going to be his next thing?
Going to pull a honey badger?
Right. And so my thing is, I bleed Chiefs. Like, Kansas City Chiefs are bigger than one player, and I will defend you when you play here, but when you go and you try to talk bad about the franchise, I'm not standing for it. Like, the Chiefs will survive long before him and long after him. And so Tyreek Hill, he's gone. I don't care. Like, I'm done with Tyreek Hill. I've defended him, but I'm over it. Like, I hope Tyreek Hill has a horrible season this year. That's what you get for running your mouth. I hope you get exactly what you got in Tua. Congratulations. I hope I said to somebody the other day on Twitter, they're going to be lucky to win 8 to 9 games. And he was like, whatever, I'll keep this as a memento to show how wrong you are.
Yeah. That's
Man, I was generous with 8 to 9
Yeah.
games, dude. Like, until you get Tua off your team, you're never sniffing the playoffs. It ain't happening.
Man, so Tyreek did great things while he was in Kansas City. He was fun to watch grow and become the player that he is and everything like that. And we've always loved the cheetah, but I'm with you, man. I think if you're going to, start throwing low blows and, trying to ride on your high horse and act like that you're the greatest thing ever, which we all know he's very confident, borderline cocky, if not beyond that. But I mean, at this point, it's just getting absurd. Just shut up. Like, we know that you went and you chased money, and now you've got yourself in a bad spot. So go ahead and get your little 10 minutes, 15 minutes of fame while you can, because in a few years, I don't think Tyreek Hill is going to be the same name that he is now. I don't think when you hear Tyreek Hill, you're going to be like, oh, he's a dominant force in NFL. I don't think you're going to think that in 3 years from now.
To be honest, it's like it's a bad look for him. It's a bad look for his agent. It's a bad look for everything about his brand. Tyreek Hill's coming off as like somebody that got broken up with, and then he's trying to defend it, and then it's almost a mixture with like little man complex, where like he just wants to act overly cocky, and it's just like, I'm over it. Let's move on.
Thanks for tuning in. You've been listening to All Chiefed Up. Be sure to subscribe and follow on all social media at All Chiefed Up.